here at Okagili Nature Center, aiding in pollution, not just water pollution, but pollution other ways. We do recycling, we do a lot of that. We will walk the trails, pick up trash. We help by using our animals like Hootie. We do educational talks like, you know, we'll use these guys. A lot of them were hit by cars. So when we bring them in, sometimes I'll discuss how, you know, even that apple core or that banana peel, you throw it out your window, that's gonna attract rats and that's gonna attract hawks. Mama said, teach them to look both ways before they cross the road, then they get hit.
I think the small impacts are what happens at the Nature Center when visitors come in one by one and they see what we've got and who we've got. They read our posters. I mean, there's a fair amount, if you take the time to read the information that's on the walls, that will show not only how pristine nature can be, but what a problem it is when we don't take care of the things that we need to do to make sure it survives. Being so close to the Everglades, this is such an important outreach for us to get the kids in. The younger the kids that come in, the better, because we make an impact on them. They take it home to their families, and they come back and they remember being here. And I think just little impacts is how we affect people.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think better regulation is the answer. More involvement on a political level is huge. Sanctions against some of these companies that have practices that are affecting us globally. Hit them in the wallet. That's where it hurts. And you know, if we've got a factory that's right next to a river and they're sending all kinds of their gunk in the waters, fine them, shut them down.
Support the idea that we need a carbon tax and so forth, feel like that we're going to have continued global warming and it's going to harm our environment. But yet, for the most part, temperatures have been flat for the last 16 to 17 years. Temperatures have been flat for the last 16 to 17 years. The computer models did not predict that, and so I think what we're coming to recognition is the environment is not as sensitive to carbon dioxide as maybe many thought at first, and that there are other factors involved in global warming and temperature changes. We may actually see global cooling over the next decade. So I think a carbon tax is a bad idea.
If the government continues to treat the environment like it is doing now, I'd say we're going to lose a lot, not just like people-wise, what we want, like our food, plants, but we're also going to lose our animals. I read somewhere a few days ago, it's predicted in the next 10 years, we're going to lose about 15% of our bird population just because of pollution alone, because it's affecting their food, it's affecting the air that they fly in, the climate is changing, and so it doesn't get as cold somewhere where they need it to, or it doesn't get as hot somewhere, so all their migration patterns are changing. But we're gonna lose a lot of stuff. We're losing our polar bears currently because the Arctic is melting a lot, and we're gonna lose plants because they're not gonna grow because it doesn't get as cold where it needs to. Just like the birds, they need colder areas, the plants do as well. So we're gonna lose way more than I think all this population can survive on.
I think encouraging your average Joe to take responsibility and create more, let's say, a green space on your roof. If everybody had a green space on their roof, more trees. So just like you would tax a company for illegal behavior, you would reward a family a tax break if they provided X number of trees to help with environmental. Plus, you know, the solar panels. We don't need a little Superman figure in a big plastic box that's got things that don't biodegrade. If it takes 100 years to break down a plastic container that you really only see for 30 seconds when a child opens the toy, why do we have that? Our first point of contact is always the little kids. Always. We get a fair number of school kids that come through here, and it's our job to kind of train them, teach them to be better toward animals, pollution, nature in general.